They thought they were witnessing a diva moment, Taylor Swift, the world's biggest pop star, arriving at a humble backyard wedding in a simple black shift dress. The bride, decked in lace and sequins, rolled her eyes and whispered to her bridesmaids, "Who wears that to my wedding?" But when the groom climbed onto a crate with a microphone in hand, the mood flipped, and what he revealed about Taylor stopped the mockery in its tracks. It was a sun-drenched Saturday afternoon in rural Vermont. The Johnson family had rented a charming barn for their daughter Emily's rustic chic wedding. Among the fairy lights, mason jar centerpieces, and gingham napkins, one unexpected guest arrived, Taylor Swift. Word had spread months before that the singer-songwriter and longtime friend of Emily's mother might attend, and the bride's excitement had veered dangerously into entitlement. Taylor stepped out of the black SUV in a plain, knee-length black dress, paired with simple flats and a subtle silver necklace, far different from her glittering stage gowns. She smiled warmly at the florist, setting up wildflower bouquets, and greeted the caterer with a wave. Cameras from curious guests appeared. They recognized her immediately, but Taylor remained gracious and unassuming. Meanwhile, in the bridal suite, Emily's laughter rang out. Of all the outfits she could pick, she chooses that? It's like she doesn't even care, she scoffed, adjusting her own multi-layered tulle gown. Her bridesmaids giggled and whispered behind their hands. The seed of mockery was planted. As the ceremony began under a rustic arbor, guests took their seats on mismatched wooden benches. The local string quartet played "Here Comes the Sun." Taylor, seated near the front to honor her mother's insistence, stayed poised, letting the murmur swirl around her like wind-blown petals. After the vows, it was time for family photographs. Emily's bridesmaids clustered around Taylor. One of them, Jessica, nudged her friend and whispered loudly enough for Taylor to hear, "Does she even own a mirror?" Another chimed in, "I guess she thought this was a casual barbecue." Taylor's smile flickered but stayed in place. She leaned in to compliment the photographer's lighting setup, then turned gracefully when the next family shot was called. The jabs continued as cocktails were served, snide toasts, side-eye glances, and even a bridesmaid posting a snapshot of Taylor on social media with a mocking caption. Yet Taylor didn't retaliate. Instead, she mingled with the vendors, complimenting the rustic cake's flavor and asking the DJ about his setup. Quiet confidence radiated from her. She knew who she was, and the dress didn't define her. Dinner commenced beneath the barn's vaulted ceiling, where lanterns swung gently in the evening breeze. The menu featured artisanal cheeses, farm-fresh greens, and Emily's favorite apple ginger pie. The bridal party rose to give their speeches, Emily's father's heartfelt toast, the best man's awkward but well-meaning jokes. Yet the air still crackled with tension. Finally, it was the groom's turn. James Thompson, a soft-spoken elementary school teacher with a shock of sandy hair and warm brown eyes, took the microphone. He wore a classic charcoal suit and a nervous grin. The crowd quieted in anticipation of the expected cliché, "To my beautiful wife." But James cleared his throat and looked directly at Taylor. "Emily," he began, voice steady, "we've known each other since kindergarten. But today isn't just about her. It's about gratitude, and that means acknowledging someone here who's shown me kindness beyond measure." He paused, and Emily's cheeks flushed crimson. Then James held up his phone and played a short video montage, snippets of Taylor tutoring his students in songwriting workshops, volunteering at literacy drives, and quietly tipping the barn staff extra when she noticed their hard work. Gasps filled the barn. James's voice cracked with emotion. "Taylor Swift has been more than a guest at our wedding today. She's been a mentor to my students, a friend to my family, and the reason I found the courage to propose. When she heard about this big day, she offered to help plan it, taught our kids to write love songs for the ceremony, and even spent all morning helping my grandmother set tables." He turned to Taylor, eyes glistening. "I asked her to wear something simple so we could all focus on what truly matters: love, community, and humility. Taylor's plain dress is a reminder that greatness doesn't need embellishment." Tears welled in Taylor's eyes as she stood, surprised and moved. Emily, mortarboard of bridal entitlement slipping, watched her groom face this revelation. The guests, stunned into silence, began to clap, first hesitantly, then with growing warmth. Emily rushed across the barn floor, brushing past bridesmaids, and threw her arms around Taylor. "I'm so sorry," she whispered. "I had no idea." Taylor hugged her back, laughing through tears. "It's okay," she said. "We're here to celebrate love." The DJ switched songs, and the barn transformed into a dance floor. Taylor joined in the first dance with James and Emily, sliding effortlessly between sparkling gowns and tuxedos. Laughter replaced whispers, and guests raised their glasses in a new, genuine toast to friendship, humility, and the power of a simple dress. Later that night, as the last lanterns flickered, Taylor slipped away from the crowd to step outside. James joined her, handing her a cup of cider. They spoke softly under the stars, the barn's warmth fading behind them. "Thank you," he said simply, "for everything." Taylor smiled. "Anything for you." And in that humble moment, robust with forgiveness, gratitude, and unexpected friendship, the bride's mockery was forgotten, replaced by a lesson no one at the barn wedding would ever forget. True elegance shines from the heart, not the hemline. If Taylor's graceful comeback warmed your heart, hit like, subscribe for more uplifting stories, and ring the bell so you never miss a tale where kindness outshines criticism.